extent that the microphone might show on this one here. It'll take a couple of seconds before we'll just see if there's a change. And if you see a bit out of standard, this is like downtime on. Okay, we seem to have sorted out the sound issue. But you just check in yours if you have sound. Okay, guys, just no, that's
Burton.
That's a different thing altogether.
I know it is, yeah.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm not sure. There's something strange happening on this end. We didn't seem to have sound earlier, so just if you have sound, will you just maybe drop a note in the comments there so that Mary can check them out. So again, apologies if you've just joined us on. We had an earlier stream which seemed to break down. We've no idea why. So we're just trying to pick up our signature. So you're welcome to Sunday Miscellany. Is the sound there, is there? Sorry?
No, hang on, no. Just going to go back in here again to see if there's anything happening.
So it's difficult to defend. Right, it's the most recent thing on the stream that'll be up there.
Yeah, but it's showing up for 16 minutes, unless it's coming right now.
Right, so I won't have been that long. Right, but just have an extra cup of tea there, folks, while we're waiting. I hope you're getting your voices warmed up for a few songs. Meitheal Ceol live now, right?
Is that 16 minutes ago just now?
I take that out. Sorry, just so it is live. I mean, okay, we seem to have sorted out the sound issue. But you just check in yours if you have sound. Now we're streaming for 4 minutes at this point in time, so. Our voices warmed up for a few songs. Meitheal Ceol live now.
Something coming in there now.
So John Cooley, Liam seems to be too far from the mic. Look, guys, don't know what's happened, so we're going to struggle ahead with this at the moment tonight. I had to pull out the external mic for some reason or other. I don't know why this hasn't been operating. Sound on from Nigel and Viv here on a less than beautiful evening. That's right, folks. So
live now, I think.
With what?
I think we're live now.
Okay, yeah, we are live. So look at let's.
We're live now.
Well, just apologies there, guys. Just all right, knock off the phone.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay, we missing all the production technicians here, guys.
Oh Lord.
So can't really say what the quality of the sound's going to be like here. It's coming off the internal mic of the iPad. But look, we'll do what we can. We'll have to deal with this separately. Haven't had this type of problem on this machine. I did have a problem earlier on with strangely enough when I was using Zoom. But actually not on this iPad, so.
Okay now, Roots is okay now.
Okay, look at what this is about. Well, we're Meitheal Ceol. If you've been here before, you know the routine. We sing songs together. We post the songs up on the screen here for you to sing and play along with us. And if you haven't been here before, look, we hope during this period of incarceration you can join with us. And this is important. You join with us in a sing-song where we, all you have to do is follow along with the words on the screen if you have an instrument. We'll tell you what position we put the capo in if we do a guitar and a ukulele, and we'll just sing along. So the first song we're going to sing tonight is The Flight of the Earls.
Great, thank you.
And I'm zooming in as much as I can reasonably do, so you just have to accept the fact that during the song I have to take a break to move this up and down. We will be again experimenting with some other songs later on, which we're laying out in a different format. So okay, Mary,
everything is okay now, yeah?
We'll say hello to you all in a while, right?
Yeah.
Just to get going, right? I can hear the bells of their bloody flight of Earls, our Acid is our best export too. It's not murder, fear, famine that makes us leave this time. We're not going to join McAlpine's Fusiliers. We've got brains and we've got vision. We've got education too, and we just can throw away these precious years. So we walk the streets of London and the streets of Baltimore, and we meet at night in several Boston bars. We're the leaders of the future, but we're far away from home, and we dream of you beneath the Irish stars. As we look on Ellis Island and the lady in the bay, and Manhattan turns to face another someday, we just wonder what you're doing to bring us all back home, and we look forward to another Monday. Because it's not the work that scares us, we don't mind an honest job, and we know things will get better once again. So 1,000 times to do, we've got Bono and you too. All we're missing is the Guinness and the rain. So switch off your new computer, 'cause the writing's on the wall. We're leaving as our fathers did before. Take a look at Dublin Airport, on the boat that leaves Northwall. There'll be no youth unemployment anymore, 'cause we're over here in Queensland and in parts of New South Wales, and we're on the seas and airways and the trains. But if we see better days, those big airplanes go both ways, and we'll all be coming back to you again. Yeah, that's a lovely song. I'm not sure when it was written. I'm wondering, was it written in the 1980s or something?
Or
like
even
that,
who wrote it. So if any of you know
Well,
who
it was
wrote
Liam
it,
Riley from Dundalk who wrote it, and him and his Phantom 46A, and some lovely songs Liam wrote. But it was just interesting listening to that song, because it's obviously another version of an emigration song. But it's interesting that the images that are shown there would have applied equally well in the post-2008 crash, in that we had such emigration from Ireland looking for work abroad, and yet the present crisis, as the whole world's in a state of chassis, I think, is that
means
Sean
chaos.
O'Casey's stuff, from Sean O'Casey's play. But the sort of crisis there at the moment, nobody can travel anywhere. Just those songs, we walk the streets of London and we walk the streets of Baltimore. So there's nobody walking the streets of London,
at
nobody
the moment,
walking in Baltimore or anywhere else. In fact, so many of the streets throughout the world are vacant. They look like Sunday afternoon streets all the time. So it's certainly a different space to be in, and we're in it for the long haul. So what we've been doing, Mary and I have been doing in Meitheal Ceol, is saying, look, at every evening at 7 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time, Dublin time, London time, and that means sometime at noon in the States, especially on the West Coast, and slightly earlier and slightly
we've
less
made a
distance
commitment to be
behind.
here every evening at 7, and we're so
Well, what
happy.
we said is we'll come here at 7 and we'll
We're so
sing a few
happy
songs.
that you will join with us, yeah.
And well, the whole idea is to build a social rapport between everybody. So that's the critical aspect of this, is this is not, hopefully is not a passive exercise, and the reason we're putting the words up on the screen is to get you to sing along and all the rest.
So can I say who we've got with us for the moment?
Sure,
We've got
yeah.
Sheila McMahon from Dundalk. We've got Maria Carlin from Navan. We've got Mary Fitzsimons. I'm not sure where Mary's from. Romelis Johnson is here again from Derbyshire. Nigel O'Mahony and Viv are here with us.
So just a interjection there, Nigel. I finally got around. I was running around trying to sort out other issues during the day, and I did get to send you the two songbooks in PDF through Messenger. I want to describe again later. Nigel did say he was having difficulties getting through, so again I'll try and make it a bit clearer. If anybody can help by setting out a set of steps in the comments for anybody, be very, very helpful. I hope you have them, and again I'd appreciate if you just come back through Messenger and confirm that you got them okay. Sorry,
Ruth Clear is here, and we've got two Johns as well, John Coyle and John Cooley. And we've got Anne-Marie Turk McGinley with her ukulele, and I hope your capo arrives tomorrow, Anne-Marie. Joe Kane, John Coyle, John Cooley and Joe Kane, they're all here.
Right, so what song are we going to sing?
Francis.
So we're going to go on to the Wild Rover next, right? So again, that's on page 374 of the first book. So again, I suppose we're moving very much towards relying on asking people to just rely on what's on the screen in front of you. 374.
374, book 1.
And again, I have to try and work out what it is. So
hello, Marion McFadden over in Glasgow.
hi, Marion.
Hope you're keeping well. Actually, we were over that way yesterday.
So I think we play this up in position, capo position 2 on the guitar or ukulele. And just to remember that at 7:30 every night, it'll be the song after this, we have this idea that we'll take a song every day for 7 days and practice it and see if we can all learn to sing the song better and to play it. So if you're a beginner and you'd like to learn, or you'd like to polish up on an instrument, you always said you take time. This is the time to be at something. You know, in this period of isolation, why not set ourselves a few targets to learn things? So the one we've chosen for the first week is the Jug of Punch. And again, we're going to do it in a lower key than we did last night. We learned a little from that. So I modified the chords during the week. But again, basically we're just playing this on the screen. And at any time you can always play these videos or these particular songs back and practice. So we hope if you're interested, this is a wonderful opportunity, hopefully. So whatever you do, don't be bored, like in terms of getting up to something.
So we have Francis Robb from Glasgow, Susan Wilms from California, and we have Patricia Prenti. Are you in Skerries, Patricia? I'm not quite sure.
Okay, so we're in position 2 on the capo. Let's have a go with this, right? The Wild Rover,
okay.
or the Irish Rover, isn't it? Yeah.
The Irish Rover.
On the 4th of July, 1806, we set sail from the sweet Cove of Cork. We were sailing away with a cargo of bricks from the grand city hall of New York. 'Twas a wonderful craft, she was rigged for an aft. Know how the wild wind drove her, oh she stood several blasts. She had 27 masts, and they called her the Irish Rover. We had 1 million bags of the best Sligo rags. We had 2 million barrels of stone. We had 3 million sides of old blind horses' hides. We had 4 million barrels of bone. We had 5 million hogs. We had 6 million dogs. We had 7 million barrels of porter. We had 8 million bales of old nanny goat's tails in the whole of the Irish Rover. There was old Mickey Coon, who played hard on his flute when the ladies lined up for a set. with sparkling quadrille, though the dancers were flutered and band. With his smart, witty talk, he was cock of the walk, and he rode the dames under and over. They all knew at a glance when he took up his stance that he sailed in the Irish Rover. There was Barney McGee from the banks of the Lee, there was Hogan from County Tyrone, there was Johnny McGurk who was scared stiff for work, and a man from Westmeath called Malone. There was Slugger O'Toole who was drunk as a rule, and Fading Bill Tracy from Dover, and your man Nick McCann from the banks of the Bann was the skipper of the Irish Rover. For a sailor it's always a bother in life, it's so lonesome by night and by day, that he longs for the shore and the charming young whore who will melt all his troubles away. Oh, the noise and the routs will poaching and stout, for him soon the torment's over. Oh, the love of a maid, he is never afraid, an old song from the Irish Rover. We have sailed 7 seas when the measles broke out, and our ship lost its way in the fog, and that whale of a crew was reduced down to 2, just myself and the captain's old dog. Then the ship struck a rock, oh Lord, what a shock, the bulkhead was turned right over, turned 9 times around. Oh, that poor old dog was drowned. I'm the last of the Irish Rover. I thought that was a better speed now tonight, wasn't it, Mary? A bit slower. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're slow. We're beginning to catch up with ourselves by slowing down.
Mary Doherty Grant is watching. Mary, let us know where you live and who you are.
So delighted if you're anybody who hasn't been here with us before, just again to try and clue you in on what we are. So Meitheal Ceol is an experience. Traditionally, we would have met and played together physically, as a fellow would say, every week on a Wednesday night for 3 hours down in the men's shed in Gweedore in West Donegal on the Wild Atlantic Way, where a number of us just gather around a room and we'd all throw €2 in the table for tea and biscuits. And we have 2 songbooks that we're singing out of about 500 songs, and everybody sequentially in the circle nominates a song which we all sing together. So there's no question if you had been embarrassed or left behind or whatever. And it's a wonderful opportunity. Friends, visitors, whether you're a musician or a viewer or whatever, everybody gets involved.
Hello, Annette Rodriguez, you're welcome. Annette is also from California. And Patricia Prenti tells us she's from Balbriggan, not Skerries.
So again, it would be nice to share in our global community as we are now. Why don't you say what the weather's been like for you today? Because in West Donegal here, it's been quite windy and
seemingly it's like this in Dublin as well.
Quite windy and cold. It was such a nice day yesterday, and insofar as you can get out for a walk now, and I think it's getting out and getting fresh air if you can. I think it's still critical, especially if you're not going to get across anybody or meet anybody. I think in all of this area of uncertainty, where it appears to me that people who know that they don't know are probably the brightest amongst us. That's what foraging into the future, into the unknown is. So what we're doing is this concept of physical distancing is the best shot that we have of knowing that we can avoid sharing this COVID virus with each other, which we're all trying to do. And at the same time, it's very isolating, and increasingly will become so over the weeks go on. So it's a wonderful opportunity for us to sing along.
We are physically distant out here anyway, out on the edge of the Atlantic. It feels like a very safe place to be right now.
Yeah, but anyway, tell us, look out the window, see what it's like outside.
Well, it's not a good day at all here today.
Well, here, but look at it, might be a friend of ours in South of France yesterday sent us pictures and it was gorgeous down there. So look at it.
So Patrick Callahan is watching as well. His mum comes from Athea in County Limerick. I'm not sure if she's watching, Patrick. I believe you're somewhere near, let's see where you are. San Fran, I'd imagine. Ray Atchison is here too.
So what we're going to do, this is our regular slot where, as the concept of gamifying the experience as such. So also making the idea that this is a learning space where we can learn. Look at Mary and I are learning loads about trying to manage this kind of concept remotely with only the two of us and toys and resource we're playing with, and then having to sort of react to on-the-fly problems like we had earlier. I'm not sure this is the first time since the 17th of March. We had one breakdown the second night. Since then we've had no problems. Lost sound tonight, no idea why. I have to go and review it afterwards. But if we set the task to I see a number of people I've been speaking to said that, they haven't played instruments for a long time, been rusty, maybe haven't taken the time and all the rest. So this is a time to do it. So take out your guitar, take out your ukulele or banjo, mandolin. I want to show you a video that Paddy Beefy Burton did yesterday. I'm going to demo that after this to show a real exemplification of what this whole process is about. Sorry again, I know, just to say, I know the experience, and I've looked back at this of I appear to be looking in the opposite direction, but I think what the problem is, I'm looking at myself on the screen when I need to be looking at the camera, which is to the right, which is a bit. It's like the cross-eyed judge.
It's not all about me, okay?
It's the cross-eyed judge and the three cross-eyed defendants. Do you know about the cross-eyed judge and the three cross-eyed defendants?
They're all looking at different places or something.
What do you know about it? Do you know the joke?
I do. I've heard it before, but I forget.
Yeah, see that. But as soon as I say it, I know that.
I do. Well, I do.
Anyway,
I've heard
the cross-eyed
it before,
judge,
but
and the judge said to the first fella, he says, "What's your name?" And the second fella said, "Murphy, Your Honour." And the judge looked at the second fella and he said, "I never asked you." And the third fella said, "I never opened my mouth." Yeah. Anyway, we're going to do so what we're experimenting with is how we can make the experience of viewing this material on the screen somewhat better. Now, again, I've been trying to explain. Anybody who's been with us over the last number of days has seen this sort of experimentation in action. The song we're doing every day for a week, so this is our third night doing it, is the Jug of Punch. This is the original text file out of which this is going to be turned into a screen prompter. The app I'm using is Apple's Pages app, and I'm using a feature on it called Presenter Mode. In this case, you'll see today I've got rid of all the spaces, so all the lines should move at a consistent pace. I'm changing the speed to 154 words per minute. That's what we believe. We tried this out earlier, and we're going to try and work with that. And the other thing is that last night we had in our book, this is in the key of D, and I've just modified all these chords. So now just play the chords as you see them today in the key of C open. Right, so we're going to have a go now together. Yeah. So again, if you have your instrument, just to say, sorry, get your instrument out. And
Paul Flaherty says that it's raining cats and dogs in Cork. Okay. Maura Devine, hello. Is it raining over there, Maura? How are you?
Over the hill, Maura. Over the hill and far away.
Yeah.
So, we're still, I suppose it's still only the start of April, but the good news is, as we look out, it's from when we started originally, when it was getting dark at what was then 6:45, 7:45 at the time. It's now 7:30 or so now, and it's still bright, and we know it'll be bright almost up to the time we're finished. So we've something to look forward to. So let's follow along. Right. Playing it open. One pleasant evening in the month of June, as I lay sleeping in my room, small bird sang on an ivy bush, and a song he sang was the Jug of Punch. Tooraloo-raloo, tooraloo-ralay, tooraloo-raloo, tooraloo-ralay. The small bird sang on an ivy ivy bush, and the song he sang was the Jug of Punch. What more diversion can a man desire to be seated by a snug coal fire? Upon his knee, oh, a pretty wench, and on the table a jug of punch. Tooraloo-raloo, tooraloo-ralay, tooraloo-raloo, tooraloo-ralay. Small bird sang on an ivy bush, and the song he sang was the Jug of Punch. If I were sick and very bad and was not able to go or stand, I would not think it all to miss a pledge. Oh, my shoes for oh, a jug of punch. Tooraloo-raloo, tooraloo-ralay, tooraloo-raloo, tooraloo-ralay. The small bird sang on an ivy bush, and the song he sang was the Jug of Punch. Let the doctors come with all their art, they'll make no impression upon my heart. Even the cripple forgets his hunch when he's snug outside of a jug of punch. Tooraloo-raloo, tooraloo-ralay, tooraloo-raloo, tooraloo-ralay. The small bird sang on an ivy bush, and the song he sang was the Jug of Punch. When I am dead and in my grave, what will I have? Just lay me down by my native peak, with a jug of punch at my head and feet. Tooraloo-raloo, tooraloo-ralay, tooraloo-raloo, tooraloo-ralay. The small bird sang on an ivy bush, and the song he sang was the Jug of Punch.
I bet, Sheila, you played that you used the spoons there, did you?
So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Again, look at the whole idea of this exercise is for us all to have a bit of crack. That's the fundamental part, is the fun, and the other part is da mental. So it's good for our mental status to have a bit of fun and elevate ourselves, not be concern ourselves on the details that were on the news. Obviously, the regular details, the unending depth into which all our lives have been oppressed, as a sense. So hopefully this is a little bit. It reminds me of 1984, the dystopian book by George Orwell, and Winston, the main character in it, the hero in the book. But they keep talking about the prolies. So you have the prolies, are the subbies out there who the system controls, etc. But you know, one of the things that strikes me, you know, in their own uninitiated way or whatever, they were just off singing, and he talked about them singing the bells of Saint.
Trains.
No, not Saint Trains. They're the movies.
Louis.
No, the bells of St Andrews or Clementine or something like that.
Okay.
No, it'd be an English rhyme song that's there, but that was still in the culture. And so, you know, the wonderful thing is music carries people through a lot of things in their lives. So that's a lovely thought. So the song we're going to sing
Before
now.
that, the Andersons are watching from Ballybuffet, and Sheila
The Anderson
says,
family. I like that. Paul, Kathy, Peter, and Paul. Peter, Paul, and Mary's. Like, it's the Anderson family. Kathy, Peter, Paul. Peter, Paul, and Kathy. But Paul, we know, as I said, he's still like the 7 days on. He's now starting. We're into Easter week now. This is Palm Sunday, and Paul has washed his hands, rubbed his palms, and practicing his foggy dew every day for the next week. Because, in fact, I think by then technologically we've been in a situation to be able to capture that, Paul. If you're up for it, I hope you will. But
so John McDonnell is watching.
Sorry.
He probably owns McDonald's. Do you, John? Ines Rodriguez made a comment which reminds me of a song, Little Old Wine Drinker Me. She said it's raining here in Northern California.
we'll sing that in a while. You know that we have it in our
I
book.
love that
we do.
song.
Yeah, we'd get,
isn't it about Southern California rather than Northern California? Who else? So Sheila McMahon. It's not nice in Dundalk either, she says. All right. So keep it going there, folks.
Alright, so we're going to sing again a bit of a motivational song, I suppose, this time.
How great thou art.
How great thou art. Book 1. So we're on book. So
167.
again, just to explain, if you're new here, you might be wondering what's all that spooky's talking about. So the books are laid out like this here in alphabetical format. The soft copy, the PDF, is all hyperlinked. In each song, there's a link in each song to a YouTube video which has someone playing that song. So again, you may not know these songs. Some of them, like that with us, we learned lots of songs from other people. They learned songs from us. And so you can get a chance. You just press on that YouTube link down there and it will play the song for you. The book is laid out, as a physical book. It's a wonderful, wonderful book with 16-point font, very well laid out. Doesn't necessarily lend itself to this screen reading, especially if you have to, we don't have anybody to move the screens up and down. And the auto scrolling technique, which is the real deficit of that in as a facility to move PDF pages on a scroll basis. There's none of that in iPad, so we're working with what we have at the moment, guys.
A nice song that went by there is Houston. We must try and do some night, yeah?
Yeah, when you're scrolling
Beautiful
through this
song.
book, what happens, you see all these songs that we must do this and we must do that, so it's important. Again, Paul Griffin, you're back. You've started new. You must have lost yourself on another page. So if Paul says yeehaw to you, that's because he's a Donegal cowboy. Loves the country and western music here in Donegal. Good guy. And Paul is our sort of daily ambassador. So hopefully Paul will reach out and say hello to everybody and say hello back to Paul. He'd like to hear from you. So we're going to do How Great They Are. We're going to play this open. Oh Lord my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all thy world thy hands have made, I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, thy power throughout the universe displayed. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. When through the woods and forest glades I wander, I hear the birds sing sweetly in the trees. When I look down from lofty mountain grandeur and hear the brook and feel the gentle breeze, then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. I lost myself now.
Yeah.
And when I think that God is Son not sparing, sent him to die, I scarce can take it in, that on the cross my burden gladly bearing, he bled and died to take away my sin. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. When Christ shall come with shouts of acclamation and take me home, what joy shall fill my earth, then I shall bow in humble adoration and there proclaim, my God, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Okay, so one of the things I hope that when you're singing at home, you just relax about whether you might feel a bit screamy or your voice a bit scratchy as mine is tonight. Whatever. Look, at the end of the day, it's all about having a bit of fun. I know that Patricia Prenti, when she's running, so Patricia and Annette run a number of ukulele jams online. So if you want to reach out to them, just reach out to them through the comment stream there if you'd like to join in. Superb things they're doing. And Mary and I were hoping maybe tomorrow night we might get to share with you again in California, and that we'd be delighted. There was so much to learn and so many beautiful new songs, and we know with Patricia that you love doing harmonies yourself, so again that's an area, if you're at home and you want to experiment, just play along with different harmonies or whatever. So
Ray Atchison is having a problem this evening with his internet, because we did initially have a problem here, Ray, but everything seems to be okay now. And the others don't seem to have a problem, so it must be on your end.
Well, yeah, just a point of view or a point that's worth bearing in mind, that if on any particular night you're in watching a stream and you're getting a broken down speed, typically what our problem earlier on, I don't think is internet based, it's locally based on this equipment here, but typically you might have a problem getting it, but you might come back later on if you want, and as we played the streams back, they seem to be okay. But I put up a post there last night because I just want to play this inside this stream, so I'm hoping that you'll be able to hear this. That's my understanding, that you'll be able to hear it. Let me just play it first. Right? This is a... This is a brilliant example of what the whole idea behind it. Okay, so that's the post that I put up there last night. So that's a post of Keith Paddy Beefy Burton, who has been with us almost since the beginning playing along. So you can see from that short clip there, so Paddy is playing in a sort of sunroom, as disorganised as most of our rooms are here, in the middle of this cocooning thing, and he plays all sorts of instruments. And but the amazing thing, both he and Ray Atchison have been recording themselves playing along with the stream, which is what's unique about what we're trying to do, is encourage people to play along and sing along. And as we love to do when we're listening to Patricia Brandy doing the ukulele jam. In fact, it's great. I'm sure Patricia realised that's not, it's pretty demanding to be out in the lead all the time because you have to keep the bullshit going or whatever. But the thing Paddy did is, and he added his ukulele in, or his mandolin in on top, and then posted that up live. Now, Paddy's having a problem with whenever he's posting stuff, it doesn't allow him to share. I'm not sure what his settings are. Look, at anybody who can help each other here with Facebook, we'd be delighted if you can help any of us. But I just was able to capture that on my device and put it back up again, just to give to me that when I saw that, I said, look, this is the essence of what we're trying to do. It creates a great feel-good factor and a bit of fun. And okay, look, we're not the best at musicians or singers, and you know, certainly my timing is up for grabs a lot of time, and we're restricted by what we do in terms of moving the stuff up and down the screen. But you know, it's a lot better than watching paint dry, and it's a variation on watching the TV, etc. And the other thing is, I guarantee you can learn songs and learn to play songs, because that's what we've done by putting this effort to get the books together.
Yes, so Ray Atchison seems to be back. He's good to go again, I think.
So again, I'd be interesting to see some give Paddy Burton a good thumbs up there, guys. But I mean, again, what it made me write back to him last night, you know, made me aspire to and look forward to the day that, you know, perhaps when all this is over, that we can get together physically and play in different locations. One wonders what the world and the technology available would have changed. But one of the things is absolutely true, that it's not technically possible for us all to play in real time and be playing back, forward and back to each other, because of the fundamental thing called latency, which is the delay in the signal getting from us to you. You're all hearing it in your version of real time. But for example, we also have it playing back here on another device, and it's coming in about 20 seconds behind. But everything you see on the screen is in time with what we're doing.
So Brian McWilliams is watching as well. Brian, how are you? And welcome again. I think the next song we're going to do is All Maid in the Garrett.
Okay, so
page 265, book 1.
So again, I said to you earlier that I encourage you to download the book, have a copy of it just for your own sake, and may it be your sort of support mechanism. The whole idea of the first book, 365 songs, your one a day, was almost like a psychological vitamin C to get you through the day, because that's what helps us and helps so many people we've met along the way who enjoy singing these songs, whether together or even practice them or whatever.
Yeah, we're taking plenty of vitamin C thanks to Ruth and Holland and Barrett. Okay.
So again, we'd encourage you, again, say to yourself, look, I'm going to learn. You might have heard these songs for a long time. If you're from, maybe you never heard these in your life, depending on, you know, where you grew up, etc. So, but if you like the songs, and especially the bit of a lilt and whatever, you can always the great thing about these Facebook things, if you save the video on Facebook, click on it, and one of the options, save the video, you can go back and play any of these bits by scrubbing along the timeline. Okay. Again, to get the book, this is, again, I know Nigel had a problem. If you click on like Meitheal Ceol, and also there's up at the top of the page, there'll be a sign there saying view the group or visit the group. The group is Meitheal Ceol. It's a group as against a Facebook page. If you sign on there and say, I'd like to join, we approve you. And the reason that is because we've been able to upload the books as PDFs for distribution. And if anybody can find any other better way of distributing, please distribute them to each other if necessary. But get them out there and let people enjoy the books as much as we
Hello,
do.
Thomas McGinley from up the road. Glad that
Thomas, you must be learning all these songs by this stage.
You'll be singing down in the
When we get back down to the
men's
men's shed, I expect you to be one of the lead baritones in the band, yeah? Ready and we go. As open, no capo.
Yeah.
I was told by my aunts, I was told by my mother, going to a wedding was the makings of another. If this be so, sure I'll go without a bidding. Oh, a kind providence, won't you send me to a wedding? And it's so dear to me. How would it be if I died an old maid in the garret? Well, now there's me sister Jean, she not handsome or good looking, scarcely 16, and a fella she was courting. Now she's 24 with a son and a daughter. Here am I at 45, and I've never had an offer, and it's so dear to me. How would it be if I died an old maid in the garret? Well, I can cook and I can sew, I can keep the house right tidy, get up in the morning and get the breakfast ready. Don't in this wild world would make me heart so cheery as a wee fat man who we call he is oh dearie, and it's oh dear me. How would it be if I died an old maid in the garret? So come landsman, come kinsman, come tinker or come tailor, come fiddler, come dancer, come ploughman or come sailor, come rich man, come poor man, come fool or come witty, oh come any man at all that would marry me for pity, and it's oh dear me. How would it be if I died an old maid in the garret? Well, now I'm away home, for nobody's heeding, nobody heeding the poor and he's bleeding. I'm away home to my own wee bitty garret. If I cannot get a man, then I'll surely get a parrot, and it's oh dear me. How would it be if I died an old maid in the garret, and it's oh dear me. How would it be if I died an old maid in the garret?
Nice.
Now I normally don't see anything coming back on feedback or on this other screen, but I just see Daniel Moore is watching. So Daniel from over there beside around Julianstown, and at this time, Daniel, I'm sure you're like the rest of us, all cocooned and locked in. Daniel's an ex-student of mine, so he's a much younger man than me, but this song, I'm going to dedicate the next song to your late father, Joe, who died a couple of months ago, suddenly, Daniel. And you contacted me and we spoke, and I was honoured that you contacted me. As I said, I remember being with you as a student when your mother died quite young as well, and I know you and Joe formed a great Beatle partnership, the two of you with your Beatle haircuts, had wonderful journeys together. So I know you must be missing him big time at this point, Daniel. But I also know that you've often posted songs of guys, some guy I think playing up in that, where's that pub in Julian? Is it down the Old Mill or something? I think it might be down there in Julian. So, but delighted that you're along, Daniel, and maybe you're actually practicing your guitar or something like that. Maybe that's on the side. So Daniel's claim to fame, by the way, always a most amazing student, a really great guy. But he was a Back to the Future specialist. That was his stuff. And when you ring Daniel's phone, what you get is the Back to the Future jingle. But Daniel was one of the few guys who probably still has, I presume you still have your, what do you call them? The cars. Daniel, tell us what the car's called. I'm losing it here, you know. The Back to the Future car.
The silver one, isn't it? The DeLorean.
Yeah, the DeLorean, yeah. And I remember him bringing it up to see for the other students, because, you know, Joe, your father, used to be into renovating our antique cars. Fabulous set of cars you've had there. So I'm delighted to see you. And the song we're going to sing, Daniel, is The Voyage.
Colin
so I'll get that ready.
Colin Ferter is watching. Thank you for your kind comments, Colin. Kathy Anderson, welcome to the Stranorlar people. You must have some Stranorlar people looking in there. Marie Gould from Navan, a friend. Marie, hello, Marie and Rory. Colin, that's Colin Ferter again. Boom, boom. Sheila played that song on the guitar. So Sheila again, Sheila McMahon and the dog, she plays every instrument that you could possibly imagine.
So if you've got tins and pans and anything around the house, you can make a bit of a beat out of these songs. Do and enjoy it. And you know, the wonderful thing about it is, firstly, there's nobody listening to you, nobody to evaluate, there's nobody to throw you out. The whole atmosphere of this is supposed to feel like it's going into a party at 2 o'clock in the morning where you just hear people singing. Some will be a bit behind, some will be a bit in front, some will remember some versions of words of songs, but it's all done, basically it's about having fun. And well, you know, for me personally, when something goes wrong, it really frustrates me, etc. I don't lose the central side of the fact that once we're in this for a short while, we just disappear and have fun.
I think this was...
So we're going to go for this one, yeah?
Yeah. And this is for Daniel?
That's for Joe, just in memory of Joe, Daniel, and the various voyages you were on in your life.
And also Marion McFadden's mum died recently, so this is for you too, Marion, okay?
mouth runs in patience and hope. Working together, we learned how to go. Life is an ocean and love is a boat. In troubled waters, it keeps us afloat. When we started the voyage, it was just me and you. Now gathered round us, we have our own crew. Together we're in this relationship. Built it with Garrett to last the whole trip. Our true destination, not marked in any chart. We're navigating to the shores of the heart. Life is an ocean, and love is a boat. In troubled water, it keeps us afloat. When we started the voyage, it was just me and you. Now gathered round us, we have our own crew. Life is an ocean, love is a boat. In troubled waters, it keeps us afloat. When we started the voyage, it was just me and you. Now gathered round us, we have our own crew.
It's a bit like coming to Donegal, really. When we came to Donegal, we didn't know anybody here. So
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
I
the
think
people have been so friendly. They've embraced us, and we just love it here. And every day we're blessed. You know,
Well,
every day I
also,
put up really nice
you-
pictures of the place.
you know, it struck me when we listened to that song. It's a bit like Noah's Ark. The concept of Noah's Ark with the deluge. The imagine. Oh, look, I don't know if these things are real or not, but if we just take the metaphor that's involved of the world being submerged in a global way in a deluge, and of course that's what has happened to us in this time, that there is a worldwide enemy, an unseen, it's not someone you can personally say, I hate you, little virus. It's not like hating each other during various sets of wars, etc. But and then everybody gets on the ark. Noah takes the ark and they sail into the future. And in some way, we are now on a voyage. We have been cast into a voyage, and instead of being cast into one boat, we've all been cast into little cabins on a big boat. Think about that. Imagine we're all in cabins, but we're not allowed to leave the cabins, but we're on the ship into the future. And one of the things that strikes me about the song is some of the words there about the voyage. You know, it's about the voyage. As the destination, our true destination's not marked in any chart. I mean, all our destinations are 6 foot under. I mean, that's death and taxes, the only two certainties, the only unchangeables.
Ruth said that was lovely.
We're navigating to the shores of the heart. So, I mean, I think the whole thing about what will make the difference in this whole process is the various types of togetherness that we'll experience together.
Yeah, Mary Clark. Mary, I think you might be new here. Mary's from Dublin, and she said, good evening from Dublin. It's not a good evening here, Mary. It's just now started to rain. And we have Sheila. Love that song. Ruth says lovely, yeah.
So we're doing it's a birthday time again today, guys.
Yeah,
we have another birthday, which is lovely to be able to celebrate people's birthdays. And if we do this well, we might get
we might get a recording.
We might
record it. We might get a contract.
We could be on the B side of the B side.
We're so good. You know, I said to Liam, let's have a practice. And he said, not. We're too good for that, by far.
I tell you, there's nothing like winging it. I spent my whole life walking into lectures winging it. And I had this idea, it's like, I have to go on screen for this so you get to believe it. So Pat McCall So this is to your lovely wife, Therese McCall. So actually, Therese McCall, this is to your lovely husband, Pat McCall. But Therese, it's your big day today. You're 60 years of age today. I'm not sure from a woman's point of view whether you think that's a nice thing or a bad thing. But you know, in this times, isn't it great to have something significant? I'm not sure what you had planned or what Pat had planned for you. He's probably had to cancel all the bookings he made with the caterers and all the big bands and the big marquee that he was going to have for you tonight. So I hope you have some sort of a party of sorts there.
But there's enough of yourselves there anyway to have a party, isn't there?
Pat, like myself, gave up teaching so we could go in and learn, so we could go back into his magical man cave of his recording studio up outside of Newry, where his passion for everything he does, from engineering to music, and his par excellence and all that shines through. So I'm not sure, Pat, if you could take what we do and, you know, call it a different type of timing. You know, I don't know, timing. It could be called Tourette's timing. My timing could be called Tourette's timing.
Did you say that Pat has a lovely recording studio up there? Up
yes.
here? Yeah.
And he did record me once, Pat, singing, "The gatekeeper slammed the door in my face." So that's going to be my number one in the future. It was politically incorrect, but probably anything goes at this stage now. So for Therese McCall and your 60th birthday, we're going to sing our happy birthdays to you. And I say we have people from various parts of the world, but we have happy birthday for you in a couple of languages. I did text you messages on Facebook. The great thing about Facebook, one great thing about Facebook anyway, certainly above anything else, it tells you when people's birthdays are. So it's nice to be able to celebrate a birthday anyway, you know. So this is sung open, guys. So please all join in for Therese. Therese McCall from just up outside, on the north side of Newry, outside of town. Again, Therese is working as a nurse in the community, so again, reaching out to you. Thanks for all your good work now and over all the years. And may you enjoy many happy years of whatever. I said, unfortunately, your husband seems to be busier now than he ever was when he went to work. But I know he's doing something that he loves, and he's both passionate and good about it. I mean, I have a Bang & Olufsen sound system here. Okay, I got it out of a fire sale. But, I mean, Pat McCall looked at it one day and he said, it's a lovely piece of engineering, Liam, but it's not really hi-fi. So he put me in my place. But okay. I get it, Pat. I do get that. So just forgive him. I know your recording equipment allows you to correct all the errors in people's voices. So
you might do a little bit of work on
if we didn't crash your system out. Anyway, Therese.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Therese. Happy birthday to you.
Australia.
Laura Harnagus, Laura Harnagus, Laura Therese, Laura Harnagus.
And now for our of Deutsch and en Français.
Zum Geburtstag viel Glück, zum Geburtstag viel Glück, zum Geburtstag liebe Therese, zum Geburtstag viel Glück.
And for your 60th birthday,
Joyeux anniversaire, joyeux anniversaire, joyeux anniversaire Therese, joyeux anniversaire.
So we hope you get a chance now to blow out your candles there, Therese. And you know, I know that at a time in my life when I was quite low, you guys were always an oasis that I could go up to and spill me guts and all the rest and just get a non-judgmental here. It's always lovely.
Kathy Anderson says, say happy birthday to Teresa Laverty, and Eileen Tourish from Stranora.
Okay, that's a happy birthday, guys. We'll do a quick first verse. And again, can I ask you, look, I mean, this is a bit of communal crack. So if you know there's a birthday of someone's coming up, what's their names again?
Well, Teresa
and
Laverty and Eileen Tourish.
Well, we can't get all those. Teresa.
Well, you just Teresa and Eileen,
right,
yeah.
Happy birthday to you both. Happy birthday to you both. Happy birthday, Teresa and Eileen. Happy birthday to
And the next one.
you. Laura on a dish. Laura on a dish. Laura had to raise an Eileen. Laura on a dish.
So, you know, that's one definite song you could say, hey, look, and I learned this during this period. In 4 languages, you learn it, and you'll be able to sing it around at any birthday you have. Wouldn't that be a lovely thing to be able to do? Simple enough course. And just to say again, you might be someone who might have said over the years, there's no point. I tried to learn the guitar, and then I took it up and I put it down, or the same with the ukulele. But this is an opportunity. We're here every night. You don't have to be here, like there's no cost or price involved. We're not blocking up the internet or anything, but we're here because we said we wanted to provide some level of routine and continuity as long as we're in a position to do so. You know, sometimes during the day we're, you know, saying, oh God, I have to do this tonight. It's a bit like a job. But once we get going,
once we sit down,
like we're here and time just flies away. So if you have a birthday coming up, please let us know in advance and tell us something about your friend.
Actually,
or
Kathy
whatever.
did say this last night, but I thought, in fact, last night, Kathy, you were wishing them a happy birthday. So I'm not quite sure, was it their birthday yesterday or today?
Anyway, look at happy birthday, guys. So we're going to do King of the Road because somebody asked for this song.
Yeah, well,
last
let's see
night.
who asked for this.
Book two, it's on Book 2, King of the Road. All right.
Was it was it Nigel? I'm not sure.
Not sure. Somebody again. To be fair, Mary's fielding an awful lot of comments coming through, and it's wonderful. I mean, what really makes a difference in this stream is 2 things. I mean, I think if you share the stream to people who might enjoy, and look at, I was talking to a friend of mine earlier today, and I did a wonderful, I think, recording of a video with Kevin Stars, a friend of mine, who went through in detail explaining his recent purchase of foodstuffs for his house through Tesco. The online purchase mechanism right through to delivery, and he discusses some of the features and etc. But I mean, it would give his experience would give someone a great sense of trust that as a process, if you're cocooning as many older people, and older being 60 and 65 and older, or if you have vulnerabilities, to stay at home and to feel that these services are there for you. So I again, you'll see it on some of the, certainly on my Facebook page, etc. But I'd like to say, I think it's really important to pass this around to people who maybe haven't used these services. I found it very informative for me.
So what did we say?
We're doing King of the Road. So,
King of the Road.
okay, so whoever it was, but
Page 99, Book 2. Okay.
I'm not sure. What do we do this in?
We
So some of these songs are in 2 keys, and we're not 100% sure where they
Let's
are.
see. Let's see.
But I think it might have been. I think it might have been in this one here with a capo with 2 up. I think so. I'll know now. All right. So just hang on a minute, guys. All right. So we're going to try 3 positions up on the capo, 3 frets up on the capo. I can't remember who exactly looked for this song. Again, there's a lovely jive or vibe in this song. I think it's lovely.
Let us know who asked for it.
3 up.
Trailers for sailorette, room to let it 50 cents. No phone, no cigarettes. Ain't got no cigarettes about it. 2 hours of pushing broom buys it. 8 but can't afford it. I'm a man of means by no means. King of the road.
used to play that. Now, can we just try this one? See?
It was the other one.
Yeah,
It
I'm
was
not sure.
this one. It was the G actually. Friday.
Trailer. Shall we try it in G? We try this again in G because it's such a good song, guys. It's a great song.
That's what we did earlier. When we were getting ready.
Mary is whispering. Will you
I
whisper
said,
loudly?
well, I
in the
actually
ear?
said, well, no, we didn't practice, but we just quickly said, what key, blah, 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 and where do we put the capo, etc. And it was this one that we tried.
And what
just
capo
very
position do
quickly.
we talk about?
I'm not sure. You have it written down there, Liam, so you tell me. You tell me.
This is
You
a
tell
bluffer.
everyone.
This is a bluffer. Come on.
No.
Get over the bluff.
He's
right?
a chancer. He's a chancer.
We forgot to turn the mic off for that, right? I'm going to play this open. Trailer for sale or rent. Room to let 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. Ain't got no cigarettes. About 2 hours of pushing broom. Buys an 8 but then a 4. I'm a man, all means by no means. King of the road. Third boxcar, midnight train. Destination Bangor, Maid. All worn out shoes and shoes. Don't pay no union dues. As for old stories I have found. Short but not too big around. I'm a man, all means by no means. King of the road. I'm on a king of the road. I know every engineer and every train, all their children and all of their names, every handout in every town, every lock that ain't locked but goings around. They said, hey,
Back to the top.
trailer for sale or rent. Room to let 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. Ain't got no cigarettes. About 2 hours of pushing broom. Buys an 8 but then a 4-wheel room. I'm a man, all means by no means. The king of the road. I'm just the king of the road. I'm just the king of the road.
We haven't had anybody from Bangor, Maine yet, but a number of years ago we were travelling in New England, and I think it was somewhere in Maine. Do you remember that very bad storm? Was that in Maine? A very
Oh,
bad
yes,
thunderstorm.
There was a lightning strike.
Lightning.
And it hit the Dunkin' Donuts
That's
beside
where we were.
it.
We took shelter in Dunkin' Donuts.
So there was substations and all popping all around us. And so we were literally dunking our heads in the donuts to get away from
It was really scary. The lightning was so. How would you describe it in electric terms?
it. Well, it was so omnipresent, put it like that.
Yeah, it was really
It was,
scary.
Let's say there was high tension to be experienced and felt. So what was that, Cara, what was it Annette was asking about when you were talking about raining and...
little old wine drinker me.
Well, I think that's in this
Kathy
song.
Anderson said Mary, Teresa and Eileen's birthday, they were on Friday. So it's a belated thank you for
Okay,
mentioning.
super.
Sheila McMahon, that
Little old wine.
the G was better in that song.
Yeah, anyway, look, do you know what this shows? I mean, we put in the songs at sometimes a couple of different keys because it suits different voices, etc. So, if you're in a place where a song's been sung that it's not your, the voice, it doesn't suit you, like the great thing about singing in a group anyways, you can just sit back a little and maybe not push so hard in it, but it's different. I mean, people sing songs in keys that suit them, and what we think about the book, the layout of the book is very specific, and they've laid out typically open chords that you could move up and down with the capo. So it was done deliberately. Like, we're 3-chord merchants at best. A big shout out to Sean Kelly there, who kept, encouraging us to go forward. But we're learning to crawl and crawl and crawl and crawl, and someday we might be walking. We're trying to stand up at the
we
moment.
know that Lisa listens
What do you
in
call it?
sometimes. Little
Little
old
old, sorry,
me.
sorry guys, I'm
I'm
just
getting worried about you. Yeah, you're getting very forgetful there.
little, okay.
Little old wine drinker me. You'll have to excuse, we haven't done this for a while, so I just like it.
So I'm just trying to see. Well, I don't know. I'm just trying to see. Like when we do this, we just try and work out what works out.
Hello, Nancy and Edwin from Pittsburgh.
Now we'll play it open and see how it's like. All right.
Okay.
And we just sing it. We'll sing around here for a while. Enjoy this. So this is Annette was sharing with us that in California, and it's sometime after lunchtime in California today. So it never rains in Southern California, man. It pours and it pours. Isn't that what Albert Hammond sang once? And we know in Dublin the weather's not great, and it's a bit misty and miserable here. But look at, as they say in Irish, big lo ella egan buarach. You know, there'll be another day.
Oh,
guess,
yeah. Tomorrow.
You know,
actually, tomorrow could be very nice and sunny
right,
here.
so
When
I
you
think
look out there, you would
grab the
think
sun while you
yeah.
can, guys. Okay, open. I'm praying for rain in California, so the grapes can grow and they even make more wine. And I'm sitting in a honky in Chicago with a broken heart and a woman on my mind. I asked the man behind the bar for the jukebox, and the music takes me back to Tennessee. And he asks me who's the fool in the corner crying. I said, little old wine drinker me. I came here last week from down tonight. Goodbye, Nancy. 'Cause my baby left for Florida on a train, I thought I'd get a job and just forget her. But in Chicago, a broken heart is still the same. I asked the man behind the bar for a jukebox, and the music takes me back to Tennessee. And he asks me who's the fool in the corner crying. I said, little old wine drinker me. 'Cause I'm praying for rain in California, so the grapes can grow and they can make more wine. And I'm sitting in a honky in Chicago with a broken heart and a woman on my mind. I asked the man behind the bar for a jukebox, and the music takes me back to Tennessee. And he asks who's the fool in the corner crying. I said, little old wine drinker me. I said, little old wine drinker me.
That's for Patrick and Susan and Annette.
And Nancy and Chuck.
And Nancy and Chuck down in Nashville. And we don't have anybody from California. But, no, from Chicago, I mean. We have numbers of people from California.
Well, anyway, that's look, and we're going to go on with them.
We're gonna do.
Try a little kindness on book one, yeah.
So Fergus Toohey, if you're out there, I don't know if you're here tonight or not.
So
This
I know
is a song. This is a song that you suggested last week, and we love it.
What book is it in? Book one.
Trial Gone is book 1, page 418.
Again, I'm not even jamming. I forget which one of these we use. I think it was in the key of A up until. So, I was saying earlier when we started, I was talking about if you see your little Buddha. So that's why I put up this photograph here today. Let's see, where is it here? Boom, boom. As you'll see, there's Mary and her little Buddha there, okay? So you might say, where is this? This is just some garden art. When we walked straight out of the house down to the shore, we ended up walking along the rocks and coming up off the sea, and then we came across this house here with all these little figurines, etc. outside it.
Little Buddhas, big Buddhas and little Buddhas.
And I say the
and there's the Buddha. Which one is the Buddha?
That's Diego, and he looks like he's in a compromising position.
Yeah.
But he's actually, I was giving him his little treat, and I was the Buddha was saying, lean on me, and he didn't fall over. So, in his relaxed pose, I says.
And by the way, this
suffering.
This was all on the walk, and we were well within the limit. We were within our 2 kilometre limit.
It sounds like how many millilitres do you have in you? Anyway, so I think this is a Glenn Campbell song. We're playing the capo in position 2.
If you see your brother standing by the road with a heavy load from the seeds he sowed, if you see your sister standing by the way, just stop and say, you're going the wrong way. You've gotta try a little kindness, yes, show a little kindness, shine your light for everyone to see. If you try a little kindness, you'll overlook the blindness of the narrow-minded people on the narrow-minded streets. Don't walk around the down and out, lend a helping hand instead of down. Let the kindness that you show every day will help someone along the way. You've gotta try a little kindness, just show a little kindness, shine your light for everyone to see. If you try a little kindness, you'll overlook the blindness of the narrow-minded people, narrow-minded streets.
So again, a lovely motivational, light-hearted song and good wishes. So, hopefully one of the things we can do at this time in our lives with the oppression of incarceration, we can wish each other well and look out for each other in that sense.
Father Fergus Toohey from Drummondine up near Newry, he says, thanks for the song. I won't be with you this week as I have to pray. See you next week. And do say a prayer for all of us. We would really appreciate that, Fergus. Thank you.
All right. So again, a lovely song, Fergus. A lovely, I suppose, motif in the song. So now we have 2 more songs to do. We're just mindful of how times are going. So this one is, it's in the first book, I think. So are we on the first book?
Yeah.
So sometimes you need to go back to the start here to find out where we are in our books. Yeah, it's book 1, and it's, I think this might have been Bobby Darren. If someone's out there might set the record straight or clarify it or confirm it. Things. Again, I heard this song when I was a kid. I used to love it. Don't know where these, I suppose a lot of the music that informs your life. So that's another thing we'd like to encourage is for people to write in the commentary there about their memories of these songs, where you first heard them. I mean, imagine that when you would have heard these songs, they would have certainly been on old 45s at best, maybe even they were on 78s. Does anybody know what a 78 used to look like?
Yeah.
And they were made out of, what were they made of? Like they were made out of clay or something. They weren't the flexible ones that were, the 7 inches were old. The 7 inches were flexible, but I think I still have, somewhere in my collection, I think I have 2 78s. One is Ramona by the Ramona by the Bachelors, and the other one was One Night with You is all that I've been waiting for. It was by Elvis Presley, and I found them down in the crypt of an old Catholic church that I was a schoolboy in when I was a kid. Those old records, they were in 78. So these are sort of memories. So put in some of your memories, guys. That's what we've time to reflect on lots of things.
So Nigel says, well done, Father Toohey. Good luck next week.
Okay, good, yeah. So,
Nancy Cleary's
in your
Nancy Cleary's vinyls.
All right, so we're going to play this in fret position number 3.
1.
The capo in fret
1, 2,
3,
3.
okay?
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Hang on. I have to get this capo on here.
Okay.
Sure.
Every night I sit here by my window, staring at the lonely avenue, watching lovers holding hands and laughing, thinking about the things we used to do. Thinking about things like a walk in the park, things like a kiss in the dark, things like a sailboat ride, yeah. What about the night we cried? Things like a lover's vow, things that we don't do now, thinking about the things we used to do. Oh, memories are all I've got to cling to. Heartaches are the friends I'm talking to. When I'm not thinking about just how much I love you. I'm thinking about the things we used to do. Oh, thinking about things like a walk in the park, things like a kiss in the dark, things like a sailboat ride. Thinking about the night we cried, things like a lover's vow, things that we don't do now, thinking about the things we used to do. Oh, I can still hear the jukebox softly playing. Face I see each day belongs to you. Not a single sound, and there's nobody else around. Just me thinking about the things we used to do. Thinking about things like a walk in the park, things like a kiss in the dark, things like a sailboat ride, yeah. What about the night we cried? Things like a lover's vow, things that we don't do now, thinking about the things we used to do. The heartaches are the friends I'm talking to. You got me thinking about the things you used to do. Staring at the lonely avenue.
I wonder, was that a little bit fast?
Well, the first thing it was a little bit low. That's
It
the
was a
one
little
thing.
bit low. Do you want to
And
try
I'm
the
ju-
first one
well-
again and see?
Well, it's 3 up. I see the problem with the guitar, certainly if you're like us, once you start moving up the guitar, becomes problematic.
But it's even worse when you start moving up the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm going to try it 5 up
1,
here
2,
and see
3,
what it's like.
4,
So, I mean,
5.
just to say, that would bring us, if we're up 5 semitones, that would bring us up to an E, an F, and a G. So if you wanted to, this book has on the front of it, just to explain to you again, for those who maybe are new and haven't seen this before, but the books are in here somewhere. Last, I'll just get the albums. Where's the albums? Sorry, where's the book? Yeah, so that's the cut of the books, 2 physical books, 365 in the first one, and then 135 in the second. But each one of them has a little table on it which allow you to transform the chord. So if that chord's in the key of D, everywhere you see a D, put a G. Everywhere you see an A minor, E minor, put an A minor, and all the rest. So you could transform this thing. So, but you could play this open if you moved it into the key of G. We'll try and play this 5 up.
Mike and Marion Leonard from near Skibbereen. Hang on. Mike and Marion Leonard from near Skibbereen. They're watching. So this will be for you, Mike and Marion. We had some lovely nights with them down in Skibbereen, along with Mary Clarkin and Margaret.
That's right.
There.
That's a house you could have a sing-song out in the middle of nowhere, out down by Hare Island. Not a lovely name, a Hare Island.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll try it up at 5 up, right? With the and if you can transform them into G, please do so.
Every night I sit here by my window, staring at the lonely avenue. Lovers holding hands and laughing, thinking about the things we used to do. Thinking about things like a walk in the park, things like a kiss in the dark, things
Yeah.
Better there.
The only
We
problem
better
is
write that for future reference.
we're running away with that in speed as usual. One of us goes fast and then the other one follows them, etc. We need.
Then he blames me and I blame
one of
him.
these days we'll learn to use a metronome.
Oh, Sheila says play it in A.
Well, yeah. Well,
Sheila.
yeah. We see we can. Yeah. Again, look at the songs suit different voices, and for me, different times of the day, my voice might be more comfortable 2 semitones up or down on a particular day. So I think it's important. That's why whatever else about it, look at really good musicians. You know, another friend of mine, Kevin Bailey, has pointed out to me there's ways of doing this. I still haven't worked it out, Kevin, but the capo, very simple devices. You can buy one of them for a ukulele as well, slightly smaller. You know, a couple of euro, a couple of dollars or whatever will get you one of these, and it gives you great flexibility. And you should always sing where you're comfortable singing.
Right, so we have to do a Voyage
all right, okay. So sorry, I thought it'd be only one more song. But anyway.
You mean?
Well, we go.
Parting Glass, is it?
Yeah, we're going to finish with that. So
yeah.
anyway, we had agreed to do Baidin Fhelimi earlier on. So let's again. We're not even sure which one of these we do, Mary.
And I'm not either.
Hold on, let's see. So we're just playing around here. It's in the two versions of it there, so I'm not sure which one.
Ready? 2, 3, 2. That sounds good.
So we'll try it in this one here. It's in the D version, but with the capo in position too. So this is a lovely, beautiful Irish song, and it relates to a little island which is just a kilometre off the coast from where we live, just down on the shore there, Goal Island. And this little fella, Fhelimi, his name is, and he sails his little boat over the island. Then he goes off to Tory Island, and of course he gets dumped in the water with
everything's lost.
He loses everything.
Oh, he loses all his fish.
Lovely chorus, and chorus is the word curfa is the Irish for a chorus, by the way.
Baidin Fhelimi, Jimmy the Gola, Baidin Fhelimi's Fhelimi on. Baidin Fhelimi, Jimmy the Gola, Baidin Fhelimi's Fhelimi on. Baidin Maid, Baidin Joseph, Baidin Boy, Baidin Fhelimi, Baidin Dear, Baidin Fhelimi's Fhelimi on. Baidin Fhelimi, Jimmy the Dory, Baidin Fhelimi's Fhelimi on. Baidin Fhelimi, Jimmy the Dory, Baidin Fhelimi's Fhelimi.
All together now.
Baidin Maid, Baidin Joseph, Baidin Boy, Baidin Fhelimi, Baidin Dear, Baidin Jonathan, Baidin Fhelimi's Fhelimi on. Oh, Baidin Fhelimi, Jimmy Fisher Dory, Baidin Fhelimi's Fhelimi on. Baidin Fhelimi, Fisher Dory, Baidin Fhelimi's Fhelimi on. Baidin Maid, Baidin Joseph, Baidin Boy, Baidin Fhelimi, Baidin Dear, Baidin Jonathan, Baidin Fhelimi's Fhelimi on. Baidin Fhelimi, Fisher Dory, Gisker, Vorgus, Fhelimi on. Baidin Fhelimi, Fisher Dory, Gisker, Vorgus, Fhelimi on. Baidin Maid, Baidin Joseph, Baidin Boy, Baidin Fhelimi, Baidin Dear, Baidin Jonathan, Baidin Fhelimi's Fhelimi on.
A bit fast again.
So you can imagine yourself up and down rowing on the boat, and then Mary's at the front
That's a bit
pulling
fast.
away faster. That's it.
I
at the
wasn't.
front of the
He
boat.
was going fast.
No, I was at the back.
Oh no.
I
Well,
did the
actually,
first
just to
at the
say,
boat. No, the front of it.
for Mike and Marion, they have a boat down near where they live, and one of the days when we were there, they went
In
out on the
Roaring
boat,
Water Bay.
Roaring Water Bay, and they went out and they caught fishing with the most beautiful dinner
Oh, what were the
cooked
fish,
by
Mary?
Mary Clarkin. What
What were
kind
the
of
fish?
fish? Pollock.
That's right.
Beautiful fresh pollock,
They
right
were
out of the
gorgeous,
water.
and they fried them. Mary fried them just beautifully, just on the pan, over again, sealed, gorgeous, gorgeous. So look, we've come to the end of another evening, yet another evening, and just for a change, we're singing to you from home, from our home into your home. We can't even change homes. That's the way it is. So hope it kept the spirits up a little. Hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully joined in. And again, if you feel like practicing any songs, please save the video and play it back again. Please pass on information of this post to anybody who might enjoy it. I mean, it's not if people don't enjoy it.
Share, please share.
No, but it's important. With a lot of people, new people coming in there now, and if you have come in, please press the like and then join the group. And get access, and please download the book and take it and play with it and practice and all the rest.
I forgot to say Marion Leonard. Marion has a fabulous voice. Fabulous voice. She puts us to shame, really. What were some of those songs she sang?
Well, you don't. She's not in the business of putting it. Marion, you maybe put Mary to shame. That's because Mary feels shame. She's dealing with shame issues.
The only person who makes me feel shame is
she's dealing with shame issues.
Seamus.
Shame issues. She's dealing with the Seamuses. So. Yeah, what we do now at the end of every night is we end up with the parting glass, and that's one thing. It's another song you're definitely going to know when we finish this, and again, you get a chance to demonstrate this is what it would be like. As hopefully we'll be working more in the direction.
So Nigel
O'Mahony
says,
the Yellow Bird ready to sing in Lemon Tree. We never sang.
No, we'll do that tomorrow. So anyway. Nigel O'Mahony says, "Don't go. How quickly the time has."
I know, it's an amazing.
Myself and Vivian are here. We're dancing around the kitchen table.
Yeah, look, I mean, what's great, we know that. I mean, that we know that from the length of, the year and a half we were playing in the men's shed. We were all together, getting together on a Wednesday night, and the hours just, John Coyle's out there listening in, and you can definitely confirm, John, that the time just flew away. And it just lifted your spirits being together for a couple of hours. And I think the most important is the inclusive nature of the process, that it's about just enjoying ourselves.
Nancy Cleary in Pittsburgh said, Nancy Cleary says that made my day. Okay.
So again, the problem I often forget is to slow this down. So, because I have to change the speed of the scroll and doing this as I learn how to do it. But anyway, so essentially we're going to be singing a song. As soon as I press that button, we get to start off, and 4 up, capos on 4.
Hang on, I have to get 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? I can count, yeah.
So this is our last song of the evening, folks. We're delighted that people join us, and again, please, when you come on, tell us you're there, tell us something about yourself, your story, share. I mean, that's what we got. It's very hard to get into storytelling. You can't see people now, so we have to visualise that. And
you're the important people. We're nobodies here in the overall scheme of things. You make this for us.
We're all nobodies in the overall scheme of things. Let's not lose sight. Hey, come on, we're all nobodies.
No, but they're important.
Mary, we're all nobodies in the overall scheme of things.
Who would we be singing to, Liam?
What?
If all of those good people
we a
were
dog,
out
is
there.
me listening.
Yeah.
We're not singing to them, we're singing with them.
Well,
that's
I know.
Mary's singing to you, I'm singing to Mary. And she's singing with you. Get with the programme, come on.
Of all the money that e'er I spent it in good company, and all the harm that e'er I did, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of a wit, to memory now I can't recall. So filled to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. If I had money enough to spend, leisure time to sit a while, there is a fair maid in the town that sorely has my heart begun. Her rosy cheeks and ruby lips, I own she has my heart enthralled. So filled to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. If all the comrades that e'er I have me for my going away, and all the sweethearts that e'er I had, they'd wish me one more day to stay. But since it fallen to my lot that I should rise and you should not, I'll gently rise and softly call, good night and joy be with you all. Good night and joy be with you all.
Good night and joy be with you all.
So, as I said, it's good night from
Mary and for me.
her, and good night for Diego, he just didn't even come over to say hello to us. Now he's sitting on the windowsill there with his head laid down and said, Jesus, will you ever get off the stage? That's what he's saying. He just wants to get outside and have a wee mooch around the place.
Deborah Challoner, she's in late. She says she's watching. So
okay, Deborah. So again, look at, we hope, firstly we hope people enjoyed themselves. The second thing is we really hope that people are increasingly, like Keith, Paddy Beefy, Burton and Ray Atchison, joining in. And look at, why not join in, make a video of yourself playing along with this for the crack, put it up there, let's share it out there. It's all in a bit of fun, but also hoping to alleviate the boredom, the anxiety, all that sort of stuff, have a bit of fun, and look forward to being able to sing a lot of these songs in real time and physical presence again. So, as I say, Scail ge ihe wa agus colisol.
Slán. Okay.